Hi guys, this is Jack. Sorry for missing last week and sort of this week. I have some sort of shit going on, skin conditioning stuff that I usually get during school due to stress, and makes me quite not attractive, so I'm hiding behind this mask. I don't know why I didn't think of this last week. It's the Mask from Rabbit Doubt, by the way, a horror manga. So this week's first topic I missed was loneliness. I also have band-aids and all on my fingertips, so it's hard to move around. Okay. In transitioning, I have noticed some sort of isolation, in that it's actually been from the LGB part of the LGBT community. Um, and I've heard that a lot of people experience the same thing, which is weird to me. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense because, for example, when my ex fiance, and I went from being a lesbian couple to being a straight couple, we would go to groups and we would get kind of like looks like, "Why are you here? You don't belong here." Um, that group has gotten significantly better since that time period, but it was weird to me that there was rejection there. I've also heard things about certain bars in my city being not trans friendly or that are gay bars. And I've heard that our leather bar, the Eagle, isn't trans friendly. I haven't confirmed that or not, which makes me really really sad because I'm a leather pup, so I like to spend a lot of time. So leather bars are basically my thing if I go out to any sort of event like that on a regular weekend at all, because I usually don't. Um, other isolation has occurred between me and people who don't think I should be transitioning the way I am, which is my father mainly, and then that's kind of it. um, my dad's girlfriend is even fine with it because she sees how happy I am. When I work at Comic Con, I work with the coworker of my dad's girlfriend wife, and she saw me and immediately said, "You look so different. You look so happy." And she apparently raved to my dad and Susie about or his girlfriend wife, about how happy I looked. So I don't know, maybe that'll help them to not make me feel like I'm a little island whenever I'm visiting and have to stay by myself, because that's definitely isolation. Let's see. How to connect with people more confidently. What I've noticed of how to connect with people more confidently is I constantly remind myself of things like, if they say no, okay, they just miss out on how cool you are and just move on to another person. And it sounds really stupid and it sounds like egotistical, but when I tell myself that kind of thing, then it really helps me to be braver and able to shrug off when things don't go the way I want. Um, and then another thing is that I've said this before, so I won't go over it super detaily. When you feel scared, pretend to be the ideal you. So, like, for me, that would be being the ideal Jack, which is the person who would say something to that person, or who would speak up about the fact that the teacher was being unfair on their homework assignment, or something like that. Um, but when I use it to make friends, it allows me to just make the first move. Just put it out there. I just have to muster up the strength to just say one sentence or something that's like, "Hey, want to go to the library? Hey, want to get coffee?" And after that, it's just such a huge relief, and it's on them from that point. So I've done my part, and I feel good about myself. Um, how to boost your own self-esteem? Obviously, how to be the ideal you stuff really helps me because I act like the ideal me, but because that person is me, I'm still being myself, and I actually am becoming the ideal me. um, and then to boost your own self-esteem, I also do things like things that I'm good at that I don't necessarily tell everyone about, because I tell people about most things in my life, but there's some stuff that if I don't want judgment or criticism or like commentary on it, I just want to be able to have people tell me, "Hey, that's cool," or I want no one to read it at all. I just want to keep it for myself because I know it's good. I do that with some artwork, or I do that with some. I used to do it with piano type stuff by learning songs that had no real reason for me to memorize them or for me to learn them and stuff. But other ways that make me feel good. about myself is helping other people. By helping other people to with whatever they need, it helps me boost my own self-esteem because I know I'm being a good person. Um, and I help someone else, so I guess that benefits two people. Sorry, I'm really nervous. When I get these skin conditions, they are actually my phobia. So, so I'm pretty much phobic of everything right now. So I'm doing pretty well for this. Bear with me. Okay, the topic for this week is Packers and STPs. I chose this topic as a short one because I knew this might happen. Um, the first thing I did when I came out and started my transition was to start packing. I chose a 5-inch one, Mr. Olympia brand or General brand, I think, and it was way too big. That sounds stupid, but the 3.5 ones are like the most natural size ever. I don't like, no, the bigger ones are just terrifying. And if you wore the 7-inch one, because I had a pack and play where it was 7 inches, but you could bend it down to wear, that thing drew stares and was terrifying. So it made me feel like I had an erection constantly. So pack and plays, I would really ideally like a really good pack and play, because I don't know, that just seems like the most useful thing and would get help with a lot of my dysphoria. But I found that it's very difficult to buy one, because buy one and be happy with it because they're expensive. A lot of them are. So, and you obviously can't test it and then send it back or anything. Let's see. STP. Standing to pee is like the number one dysphoria thing for, well, one of the number one dysphoria things for me, which I talked with a couple of the guys at Pride from Gender Center Project about it, and they felt the same way, and they were also like me freaked out because they thought no one else worried about that kind of dysphoria. But if I could stand to pee, it would be the best thing ever. I've bought a couple STP packers. However, I don't know how to use them right. I practice at my house, and I fail, and I fail, and I fail, and I always end up peeing my pants. So that's not something I'll be doing in public anytime soon, or I'm going to be looking for alternate designs. I've tried the cyclone model from trans 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 something transwear. I've tried that one, and it's a little weird for me because the cup goes flat when you're not using it, but then it pops out for when you need to pee, and that kind of, I don't know, throws me off and is weird or something. But I would love to stand to pee because that would help me feel like I was passing completely as a male. Um, I know you don't have to be able to do that to pass as a male. Plenty of men sit down in the bathroom and pee. But I don't know. It was one of the first things I saw someone who was transitioning do, and I was just completely impressed. And maybe it just has a sentimental value to me for that. But I would love to be able to stand to pee. It's one of the things that makes me the saddest. So I'm always on the look for new items. So if you have any information, I'd be grateful if you give it to me. So I need to stop this video now. I actually covered everything, I believe. And that's because I'm gonna go have my mild. I have to go get more medicine and calming medicine so I can stop freaking out. And I'll see you guys next week. Bye. Sorry, I look like crap.